Climate change has led to more intense and frequent rainfall in many regions, causing severe flooding. Warmer temperature increase the amount of moisture the atmosphere can hold, leading to heavier downpours. Climate change has altered precipitation patterns, leading to prolonged droughts in some regions. Droughts can deplete water supplies, harm agriculture, and increase the risk of wildfires. The polar ice caps and glaciers are melting at an alarming rate due to global warming. This melting contributes to rising sea levels, which can lead to coastal erosion and increased flooding in coastal areas.
Understanding the sun's impact, heliophysics studies the sun's behavior, like solar wind and flares, which affects Earth's space weather and climate. Solar storms can disrupt communications, GPS, and power grids. The sun's energy drives our climate, and with rising CO2 and methane levels, its influence on long-term climate changes become more critical. The beautiful auroras are also a result of solar winds interacting with Earth's magnetic field. NASA's mission, like the Parker Solar Probe, study the sun's atmosphere, helping predict space weather. Public initiatives like the Halo Big Gear bring attention to how the sun shapes life on Earth, from solar energy to weather patterns. Understanding heliophysics reveals the deep connection between the sun, Earth, and our changing climate. The island of Trinidad, beneath the rising sun, an island where waves yearn for shore, the calmness of the crystal air, the absurdity of it all. Forests blanket the people of Trinidad, rising tall and still, protecting the people as it remains untouched. In those early days, Trinidad was sacred, a haven almost to its people. At first, the effects were subtle, not much to the eye's despair. Gradually, Trinidad, nestled in the Caribbean, felt it. Once, gentle rains became cries of rage, water spilling over the banks under the homes and lands, the warm air carrying the weight of the tears of the lost, as the people of Trinidad watched their lands they once knew consumed by the fury of the great unknown. Then came the fires. The once tall stood forests, a webbed cage of comfort, now remain a pile of ash, unable to return to what it has and always been. The air grieves for their absence. Thick smoke replaces the lost voice as it chokes up the sky and people, as the people watch with despair. Above it all, the sun remains, watching it all unfold. The world left open as the sun reaches its hand, it touches all. Far away from the Caribbean, the ice cap melts at the level of the horizon rise, little by little, threatening the birth of another fury to the lands of the islands, as the people of Trinidad and such keep their eyes to the heights above. Year by year, the coast inches closer to the lands. The island lost more of its land to the endless bay. The greenhouse gases, once distant and abstract, have become a daily presence. Carbon dioxide released by the oil refineries and factories thicken the air. Methane from waste in industry traps even more heat. The storms are fiercer now, their winds stronger, their rains unrelenting. People brace themselves for the next hurricane season, knowing it will be worse than the last. But in the face of this, there is still hope. Across the island, efforts are being made to turn the tide. Renewable energy projects have sprung up, harnessing the power of the sun that has both blessed and challenged them. Forests are being protected and waste management is improving. And here we stand to amplify the voices of the people, to shine a light on the current state, where the cries go unheard and the warnings of nature remain unheeded. We speak not only for ourselves, but for the forests being destroyed, the oceans drowning in waste, and the air thick with toxins. Our voices echo for future generations who will inherit a world teetering on the edge of irreversible damage. It is time to awaken from the numbness of ignorance, to confront the truth of our impact, and to reclaim our responsibilities as guardians of the planet we call home.